Hey everybody, it's Dean DeCosta, Search Authority. Today we are closing out our investigation, our videos on the sourcing, recruiting, and investigation research intelligence gathering. So let's go and go through this real quick. RIR, it's basically recruiting information reporting, or intelligence recruiting, intelligence, whatever word you want to use, investigative. You could three-quarters one, RIR. RIR, yeah. Recruiting intelligence reporting. So BI, business intelligence. It is not about a company. This is about an industry, a project, program, information that you really need to have. CI, there's two types. You got company intelligence, competitive intelligence. Competitive intelligence is about companies that your company is competing with. Company intelligence is about all the rest of them. I mean, sometimes you want to have all the rest of the information about some other companies. Sometimes your boss wants you to target a company is not really a competitor. POI, the position intelligence. This is where you learn everything you want to know about a position but are afraid to ask. You'll know exactly what it is. Alternative titles, salary ranges, beginning, intermediate, advanced, where they're located, what companies to target, Boolean strings, everything you could imagine. PI, your person intelligence, when you find people and you want to learn more about them. OI is when you're validating emails and phone numbers, and then CAI is candidate intelligence, where you're bringing all of this information together and comparing it to a job description and getting a ranking. So we've done videos on all these. Now we're going to bring it all together, and it's real simple. Maybe. There we go. Recruiting, research, intelligence. That's what we're going to do. POI, it's the position intelligence. We already went through that. There's a video on it and what you get. Out of that, you're going to do your company intelligence, your business intelligence, and you're going to add that to the POI, and you're going to source. Now, when you find people that you think are good, you're going to want to do a investigation on them. Now, this investigation is going to be, all this is using AI, but not solely AI. So out of the position intelligence, you're going to use AI to do a person intelligence analysis on that person. But you're also going to look out there, look at the LinkedIn profiles and grab the entire profile, look at articles, grab the article, but whatever. You're going to end up with anywhere between 3 and 7 things. And you're going to put it all together and create a full-born executive summary. And that's where you're at the CAI, which is where you take that executive summary and you go ahead and rate it as against the job description. Comes out with whatever the rating is, let's say 9 out of 10. Now, the executive summary that you use for this will not have any of the personal information you get out of PI. It's not going to have, you don't want it to have their emails, phone numbers, their spouses, travel, all that stuff that I've already told you can get out of PI. It's going to be the bare bones stuff, the stuff that a hiring manager would want to see. Once you got your CAIs done, you give it to your hiring manager. They decide who they like. In most cases, they should like everybody you give them, because you're not going to give them anything less than a 9, I would think. There's no such thing as 10, so 9s and 9.5 is all you should be giving them. So they're going to pick the ones they like. And then you're going to have to go back up to the PI. Why? Because you need to contact them. So you're going to look at the things in the PI, your original PI, not the exec summary that you created, but the original PI, for the phone numbers and emails. And then you're going to use OI to validate them. You're going to look at their personality assessments on the best way to communicate with them. And then you're going to look at the area about why they might be willing to look, forgetting the percentage. But in there, we'll tell you things that are hot buttons to them, things that you might want to talk about that might make them want to move. And you're going to create your email from that and move on down the highway. That's how simple it is. This is not a hard process. This is a simple process. In position intelligence, company intelligence, position intelligence, company intelligence, business intelligence, combined, source, pick your people, do the investigation, create the exec summaries minus personal information, and compare it to the job description. The people that are selected to move to the next spots, you go back to your PI to find contact info. You go ahead and validate their contact info. Go back to PI to make sure you're writing the email properly and send it. And voila, that's how simple this process is. Just that simple. So that's it. This is the end of it in the recruiting RIR, or whatever the heck I'm calling it, since I keep changing it to be quite honest. RIR, recruiting intelligence reporting. Yeah, we'll go with RIR. If you have any questions, email me, get it off my LinkedIn. My name is Dean DaCosta. May the source be with you.